Afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is the self-therapeutic psychiatric multimedia project for me to solve the problems, challenges, and obstacles in my life, as well as a self-improvement process for me to reach the high goals and ambitions that I've set for myself and those around me. And so this is the first of 2 live streams in the next hour. I plan on releasing another 2 live streams, 15 minutes each, separated by a 5-minute gap. Of course, as usual, this is a continuation of previous 2 sub-series that have been running concurrently for the past, 4 months or so. One of them named BDMP. In fact, why don't I take away some of the photographs here? I should mention BDMP is standing for the basics, survival, maintenance, and all that kind of jazz. So that I can focus on higher priority things in life like business, employment, projects, relationships, and health. Of course, the second sub-series is mixed in with that, has to do with the past 4 months of chaos, and it's named Aftermath. So BDMP and Aftermath are the 2 sub-series that I'm running right now. Now take a look in the title, take a look on the side, on the bottom right hand side corner. What you see is what you get. We are going to be covering in the first live stream right now grocery photographs and a bunch of store-cooked items. Sorry, not store-cooked, home-cooked items. Some items from, Depths, and some of the photographs that you saw at the beginning have a lot to do with that. So you can see a lot of this food right here. We're going to be going through an entire photography session right now and cover a whole bunch of photographs of stuff that I really wanted to get through maybe about last week. And so, of course, you're looking for the Ahn Rho Project's introduction. If you're wondering what that's all about, of course, I'll make it short. It is broken down into sub-series, domains, and analogies. 2 of those sub-series I covered at the beginning already, BDMP, as well as Aftermath. But there are a whole plethora of other sub-series I've been running for the past 2.5 years, including 1KD, 1000 Days Till Death, and many other sub-series, some of which are actually described using analogies, which you can find on my bio and description. But the most appropriate analogy I can use is to say this is a comprehensive life management project for me to solve everything. And of course, it subjects me to public scrutiny, and that's the best and most powerful selective pressure for me to constantly improve myself. And domains of life, of course, finance, employment, relationships, all those are domains of life. You can break each domain into smaller domains and smaller subsets or variables, whatever words you want to use, such as, relationships can be broken down to friends and colleagues and coworkers and your fellow classmates or whatever. And so that's that. And why don't we just dive into what we have to cover today, because we have a lot to cover. I have roughly about at least 50 photographs like you see in the title. So from now, I'm just going to start at the very beginning and remove some of these photographs since that's what I use for the thumbnail. And now we're going to start at the very bottom here with some items from Usana. And so these are supplements, and these are things actually, photographs I've kept for a while now that I really should have stopped using. And these are things I usually take in the morning as well as in the afternoon when I'm having breakfast and dinner. So I'll take these away now and then show this photograph here. And a series of these sort of photographs. This is one of oatmeal that I had for the morning, as well as what I ate, I believe, about 2-3 days ago. You see all those kind of tarts. It's like raisin tarts with one's milk tart, one's egg tart, one's a aloe vera, I believe, something of that sort. One of those Vietnamese desserts, also Chinese desserts. You can find these at a Chinese bakery store, and I'm just showing a bunch of different photographs of the same thing, really. I also can mention that, of course, in the previous live streams, I've mentioned that maybe just 5 days ago that I've spilt that entire thing and that bowl broke. That square bowl broke, and all of the oatmeal spilled all over my lab coat and everything like that in the morning. I had to do a bunch of cleaning about that. You can see the supplements don't involve just Usana. They also have I also have Ensure in there. So something you can pick up very simple from Walmart is just another meal replacement sort of shake. And of course there are those pork cabbage buns you can see in the backdrop, and you can just get them from any sort of Chinese supermarket. So that's pretty standard stuff. We also have some bakery items there. You can see that there's also some buns, and we're going to move on now, okay, aside from the Chinese buns, to the gift items I've had from the previous live stream. Like I said, this comes from a business partner, KM, fantastic individual who's always been very supportive of me, cranberry, and walnut baked muffins and cupcakes. In addition, this is the next day, maybe 2 days later. I would think this might have been yesterday morning's breakfast. We have the oatmeal, and I've substituted. You can see the bowl that broke is gone. I use now a black container for my oatmeal, and the tarts, of course, are mostly finished now. Again, green tea and stuff like that. We have the trail mix on the side, and again, you see Ensure at the very top left-hand side, and that's pecan butter flavored. Okay, so let's move on. We have more of these photographs of treats that I said come from my business partner, and that was just her. Really, she loves to cook. Okay, these are some very low res photographs. I apologize for that, but it's not a big concern. That's a much better photograph, actually. And of course, more of these cupcakes and so on and so forth. So just running through them so that we can move on to the grocery items, of course. Not too much to say about that. Covered the previous live stream. So now we have the food that's been cooked. These are DEB items, meaning they're class 2 items for my caregivers. I mean, my guardians. I'm the caregiver now at this point. One of them is severely ill. So we have these green onions and white onions and scrambled eggs mixed together. Typically, one of them is very good at doing this kind of stuff. So I'm just showing some large photographs right here. Again, very close-up angle shot. We have something like this here too, with it inside the plate. And I think, yeah, this is actually why I started with the thumbnail at the very beginning of the live stream. So we have this as well, and this is a zoomed out photograph. You can see the plates and all that kind of jazz. I'm just trying to, at this point, rearrange myself so that my chest is a little bit up. I noticed that my pitch is, my voice is a little squeaky because of the way I'm sitting. Alright, so moving down, we have more, again, just more photographs of this kind of stuff that, again, I'm not supposed to be eating. It has a lot to do with insecurities, covered in the previous live stream. And I'm good. I'm feeling a lot better, more comfortable speaking to my issues. A large plate of egg, again, white onions, green onions. Typically from a Chinese supermarket, you can find that kind of stuff, scrambled eggs as well. And then we move on to some soup. So this one probably isn't as appealing. If you take a look, that's actually kind of hilarious. You can see all that kind of stuff stuck to the side. Basically, those are walnuts, believe it or not. It's walnuts and Chinese goji berries or wolf berries plus peanuts. It's a very strange soup. I know it's kind of something that doesn't sound all that appealing if you're not familiar with Eastern cuisine, but that's that. Alright, so moving on to the grocery items. Alright, so I'm going to pull up this. This is a kind of this is quite the something. So we have these two different brands of the same kind of Sri Lankan Indian snack. Now, a lot of my colleagues in my workplace are, again, Sri Lankan. So now I want to compare some nutritional facts here. So you see one is from Surati Sweet Food Mart and the other one is from, I believe, chocolate. I don't remember the name actually. It says, I can't read it, Bikaram, something like that. And the point is really, I was comparing the nutritional facts, and I always like to do this, but you can see the one from Surati Sweet Food Mart on the top right-hand side is nearly 3 times the amount of sodium compared to the one on the left-hand side, which has only about 140 milligrams. And yet, that's per 30-gram serving, and that's really it just shines a light on how important it is to take a look and pay attention to the nutritional facts. Once again, just showing the ingredients and stuff here, something I typically do when I go and get the groceries. So that was really an eye-opener for me, definitely for sure. Again, the two brands here, and something that I just sort of, I have to admit, I sort of binge ate on. We have the best before dates here as well. You can see some of the addresses, very standard, just Ontario, Canada kind of stuff, as well as India. So they're just kind of, that's where they're getting imported and exported. Next, we have more of these. Oh, even more of that. I can get rid of that photograph. So, yeah, Bikaram Chanmal. That must be the brand name right there. So, again, more. Now we're gonna move on. Okay, moving on. Finally, and again, I should mention that all these grocery items and snack items I actually bought. And if I remove this photograph here, which you can see is just the nutritional facts of 2 cookies that I bought and crackers, they used to be right there on that crate, which I got rid of when I was doing a live stream to clean up everything. Ironically, right now it's filled up with a bunch of new stuff, which we'll cover in the next live stream. So we can stay tuned for that. You can actually see in the bottom right hand side, Wendy's, seniors meal, Ferrero Rocher, and 20 New Year to 2021. Happy New Year's, guys, by the way. So that's all kind of stuff that we're going to cover in the next live stream. So that's this. We have a lot of crackers, Ritz crackers. I didn't actually buy that, but this is me just scouting out in the grocery supermarket store. Ritz crackers, once again. Okay, move that aside. We have more of this scouting. So again, it says in the title sale. So many of the items that I purchased usually are on sale. I don't usually buy these things because they're healthy for me. Obviously, I have this binge eating issue that I've been speaking about in the previous live streams. But you can see a lot of these things again on sale at Food Basics here. Wheat Thins, some very familiar brands, I'm sure. I don't actually know if they are familiar to you, but these might just be Canadian brands. Breton, again, a lot of snacks. This is a photo actually of maybe of the items that I did buy. You see the black pepper, green snaps, green pea snaps, a loaf of bread at the top right hand side. Ironically, something that actually is a little bit healthier. Chia seeds and so on and so forth. Again, more of the shelving. Now we're going to move on to Christmas stuff that I actually, once again, I've covered physically, but I didn't get rid of the photographs, and really just me cleaning out the photographs. So it's a Toffifee brand. Get that from a dollar store, hence why the title says dollar store, Dollarama. That's a Canadian dollar store. And what you can expect there is that this is something, there are the ingredients, by the way. These are things that I received, something I received from the landlord. I've mentioned that before. Not very healthy at all. It's a hazelnut caramel nougat kind of candy, chewy candy. Not a big fan of that kind of stuff that sticks to your teeth, but it's something that I had to mention as a gift. I'm just showing appreciation for. So I'm going to run down a little more and show even the box right there is a very. That's sort of, this is the. Oh, should expand that a little more. Okay. No, I can't seem to expand it. You know what? It doesn't matter. There we go. That's that. Now it's a very blurry photograph, but that's basically the packaging that came in. Here's on the inside. There's actually 3 smaller packets, and so that's that of the Toffifee. Again, just getting a better angle shot of the details on the inside of the box, and you can see, of course, what it looks like on the inside. Again, chocolate, caramel, nougat kind of thing. Now we have more photographs, even more of these egg tarts. Again, milk, green aloe, that kind of stuff, and egg tarts. So, and inside the black things are actually those are just raisins, really. And then we have more buns here, small buns, mixed buns, again, Chinese buns, pineapple buns, sausage and cheese buns. I have a whole bunch of these photographs here because I'm trying to get a better shot of it. Obviously, it's very difficult when everything's in bulk. It's all just like 6. It's a combo purchase of maybe 6 put together. Again, most of these items here that are Chinese bakery items are all class 2 items, meaning they come from my guardians, and I'm typically not supposed to eat this. In fact, this time I did not eat these buns, but I anticipated that I wouldn't be able to control myself, which is really my responsibility and my fault. And of course, luckily this time I was able to not eat this. However, I did eat a lot of the egg tarts, and so that was a little disappointing. You can see the pricings there, again, $4.99, so $5 each. These are things that just really bring back a lot of memories when I was a kid. And they have all these, even says, it says the osmanthus mixed pro tarts. So I don't know if it's a professional tart or something like that. Fermented tarts, very interesting kind of stuff. Usually I just buy the egg tarts, but that's that. So we can remove, I think now at this point, 1, 2, 3, start covering the cabbage and pork buns, steam buns right here. $6. I don't think I actually ate most of this. I never actually ate any of this. I just have these photographs here that I'm trying to get rid of. And so that's that. You can see the ingredients. Again, it has microwaving instructions and all that jazz. But at this point, it's just kind of running through it because I actually didn't eat this either. I just anticipated that I might, and that's that. So I think at this point, I can sort of wrap up this live stream and say that the next live stream is going to focus on Wendy's and that kind of jazz. Here's a large photograph of everything, the oatmeal, the nutritional supplements, and here's the oatmeal that I spilled on me, which I covered in a previous live stream already, so not too big deal. So see you guys in about 5 minutes, and this is the end of this live stream. Second one in about 5 minutes.